I am in Second Range Battalion, young staff sergeant. And next thing you know, I'm a platoon sergeant, and I go through that conflict resolution period. And next thing you know, the platoon's cohesive, and we get the no notice deployment to take down Rio Hato, Panama after Noriega. So listen, we only got so much time in this interview, but I want to tell you one of the proudest, moments in life, besides exiting that aircraft over Rio Hato at night under fire, was when we finally got to Fort Benning, Georgia, which was going to be our remote marshalling base. Yeah. And after having this deception story and all that, they were doing another training exercise at Fort Bliss, I finally get the platoon, after this 141 ride from Fort Lewis to Fort Benning, wow. The pack shed, right? The infamous pack shed. And literally, we had just done a rehearsal a few days prior. And we jumped into, I think it was Auxiliary Field 6 or 5 in Florida, not knowing we were rehearsing for Just Cause. And no one knew that weekend, these Panamanian thugs were going to kill a couple of American officers and, sexually assault an American officer's wife. Long story short, George Bush took action, and we were on the point of the spear, as you both know. So when I got the platoon together, one of my squad leaders told me, because no one in the platoon knows this is real world. One of my squad leaders, who then went on to the unit and became an officer, he goes, Sergeant Grippy, those 3rd Ranger Battalion gun sheets have live ammunition on it. So now the cat's out of the bag. What am I going to tell them? So we weren't in the remote marshalling base yet. So I broke OPSEC, and I'm like, listen, I just put everyone at attention, put them at ease. I go, listen up, Rangers, look at your wall. It's 2,300, okay? Monday night. And I go, in little over 24 hours, we will be exiting aircraft over Rio Hato, Panama, to take down Noriega and bring some peace and security to that country. Ooh. I'll tell you what, that whole Ranger platoon looked at me. The eyes went like that for like just a fraction of a second. I always get teary-eyed. I won't today though. But those guys, for that fraction of a second, everything just startled. Eyes went wide, and a fraction of a second later, weapons are up in the air, and they're all yelling, "Whoa!" You gotta love the Rangers. So, we put them, back into formation and off the remote marshalling base we went, and with that whole procedure. And about 24 hours later, only Rangers could do this. No sleep, no rest. There's an ice storm going on. We're in a remad, and we jump out under fire and crawl on a Rio Hato. And there was never a lot of attention given to that fight. But if you really want to understand discipline, small unit training, and teamwork, and people standing up, oh my God, what a fight, what a brawl. And by sunup, 99% of the mission was complete. And a few days later, Noriega turned himself in. We had some other follow-up missions, with both, security operations and, right after the jump, about a day and a half later, we went on a couple of adventures with our unit buddies, acting as positions. Away we went. And then from there, I kept the platoon. I was promoted about 2 years later. No, about a year and a half later, I came up on a promotion list, and, maneuver off to the 3 shop, where I never wanted to be a staff NCO, but Sergeant Major Magana. Yeah. Old Franco. He's like, listen, stop your whining. He goes, either go take, I had no clue here. This is an honor. I'm going into a master sergeant position. Hell, now it's a sergeant major position. He's making me the ops. He's like, hey, either go there, or you could go find another position down the road in Legland.